Well, welcome back. Cashing in on crypto, Bitcoin pulling back after topping $60,000 over the weekend, and some are betting big on the crypto craze. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez proposing a resolution to give city workers the option to be paid in Bitcoin and also allowing residents to pay some of their taxes using the cryptocurrency. Joining me now, Miami Mayor Francis Suarez. Mayor, good morning and welcome. This is so interesting because right now Bitcoin has been so nebulous. People can't really understand it because they can't touch it. But you are sort of weaving this into your system in a way where people can use Bitcoin to be paid and paid for things. And all of a sudden, that becomes a game changer. Why are you doing it?
Well, we in the city of Miami, we want to be known as the most technologically forward city in America. We realize that technology is the future of our economy. And so not only for my generation, but for our children's generation, we want to make sure that we're creating the kind of economy that our children can be successful in and can produce high-paying jobs. So I saw an opportunity. There's a tremendously robust crypto community out there. There's tens of millions of people that are actually holding crypto, according to some of the people that I've talked to in some of the biggest exchanges. And so I thought that it was a sort of a low-lying fruit for the city of Miami to be innovative, to be forward-thinking, and to be the first city to be able to offer these things to its employees, to its residents, and even to think about it as an asset to invest in. And I can tell you the reaction has been overwhelmingly positive. The tweet that I put out with that resolution, I think got 2 million views, 6.5 million impressions. And I've gotten calls from mayors and former governors from across the country that are looking at doing something similar.
It is groundbreaking to be using the cryptocurrency in this way at this time. Also joining us in this conversation this morning, Bitcoin Foundation Chairman Brock Pierce. Brock, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the meeting that you recently had with the mayor discussing some of these things, making cryptocurrency and Bitcoin more mainstream. Your thoughts on, where we go from here? You start in Miami, and then what's next?
Well, I just want to affirm how Miami clearly is becoming the capital of innovation in the country, and it's because of leadership from the mayor that's causing this. I think this is clearly the place to be if you're interested in innovation. Certainly the weather is certainly good too.
Mayor, I want to go back to you because there was something that you said that was really interesting to me. It's this notion of that there's, a lot of demand for Bitcoin out there. So do you feel like your constituents, you're catering to that that need and that want, or do you look at it as an ease of use situation? Is it easier to operate in Bitcoin?
I think it's a few things. I think it's part demand driven. It's part of it ease of use. It's part of it branding as well. You know what I mean? It's part of it being innovative as a city. When we put out Satoshi's white paper, which was basically the white paper that created Bitcoin, the idea behind Bitcoin and the open source code, we put that on our website. People just went crazy about it. And so I realized that you can take very meaningful small steps to helping Bitcoin and cryptocurrency become mainstream, and it's something that can create a tremendous amount of attention for your city. And like I said, I've been to the state capitol. There's currently a bill at the state legislative level that's being carried by very progressive state senators and a state representative. And right now is in Tallahassee to make Florida one of the most crypto-friendly states in the country. I didn't realize until I did my research that Wyoming was the most crypto-friendly state in the country. And now hopefully Florida will be, hopefully Miami will be the most crypto-friendly city in the country. And I think that is going to be part of our brand, to be forward-thinking and pushing forward on new technologies, so that what Brock said is true, so that we become the most technologically important city on the planet.
Brock, I'm going to finish and ask my last question to you. Talking about paying employees, for example, in Bitcoin, and you see the volatility in price. People are worried about the long-term strength of Bitcoin, and specifically Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is saying, or was saying last month, that it's extremely inefficient. So I wonder what you think. For example, if you were paid in Bitcoin this weekend, it was 61,000, and now all of a sudden today it's worth 55,000. So how do you manage that volatility?
Yeah, we're definitely at a 1 week, not a low, but we were lower than where we started. But if you look back about 12 months, we're up about 1,000% on an annual basis. As Mayor Suarez just said, Wyoming is leading the country from a state perspective, but the resolution passed in Miami has clearly advanced the city beyond anything done in the state. As a municipal employee, you have the potential to be paid in Bitcoin. It is not the most efficient tool in the country, but it is certainly a very powerful alternative. And it's certainly put Miami on the map. Mayor Suarez is the Bitcoin mayor of the country. Mayor of the world.
And we will be watching Miami very closely to see how this prototype plays out. Thank you both so much, Francis Suarez and Brock Pierce. Thank you so much.